Hey, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuits. We're back in the 3.5 Monster Manual, and we're on the Delver. We crafted him last episode, and in this episode we're going to paint him. Now he's a very boring brown, as you can see. So I don't know how we're going to handle that. So I guess let's start with doing his base and doing his body. For his base, we're going to my favorite color on Earth, which is Apple Barrel's Pavement. And we're going to get this base painted nice and gray. Because this is the floor of a cave. And even though it could easily be brown like it is in the reference art, my preference is to do all my cave stuff in the same kind of three-tone gray scheme. Not exactly the same, but three tones of gray. A dark gray, which is always pavement. A medium gray, which is usually whatever that color is. Let me see. Pewter. And then a light gray, which could be country cottage or whatever that's called, or whatever colors, Just really depends on what I have open or what's close at the time for that third one. But the first one's almost always pavement. I absolutely love this color. I have an enormous amount of fun using it. I use it for base coats on bases, on all my stonework, a lot of my buildings that are going to be stone, and many creatures. Unfortunately, because of my desire to get away from using nothing but gray and brown and make my world a little more colorful, especially because when I started making videos, I noticed that the things that were brighter colors in the thumbnails got more views, and that was before I started this Monster Manual series, though. It made me kind of think about that, like, maybe people want some color in their life, maybe they're not all like me, where it's like, everything is grimdark. My whole D&D world is dark and dangerous. I'm like the Batman of painting terrain. Okay. That's mostly gray at this point. We've just got a couple little touch-up spots to hit on these rocks. Okay, now let's do his body in brown. I don't know if I do want to stick with brown as my main call-to for him, though. But we are going to use this Apple Barrel Burnt Umber as the base coat. Then we'll go from there. Might want to wet that up, actually. Let me get a piece of something here. If you're wondering why there's bubbles in my water, it's because I have a little dish soap, a dab of dish soap I put in my water when I clean my cup out. It helps keep the cup clean, and it gets glue all over paint all over my hand. And it when you're rinsing out your brushes quickly and stuff, it kind of makes sure you helps break up any paint you have. And a little bit of that in here doesn't seem to have any effect on how well it coats stuff. It's just like 2 little drops in the bottom when I make it before I put hot water in. Now my water's cool now, but when I make it, I make it with hot water. I don't know why. It's just my thing I've been doing for a while, and it doesn't really have a rational excuse. It's just something I do. Because you do not need hot water to break down most of these paints. They just kind of, pardon me, rinse out easily. Hey, you got to hide your love away. I know those eye stalks look cartoony and goofy. All right, I know. I'm not really sure how to handle that. I really wanted to put those on there. I wanted them to look more like a slug than some kind of weird, made-up, non-existent, no basis of silly monster. I don't know why. That was a me thing. You do it your way. I'll do it this way. And I'm sorry I put eye stalks on mine if you don't like it. But I really do like my eye stalks. As dumb as they look. I did not flip him upside down when I was priming him. And now we're going to see why that was a mistake. Okay. That's good-ish. Alright. Maybe we should do his eye stalks brown too. So there's... Because I don't know what mine was. I gotta make them bright orange. I don't know. Let's just do them brown. We'll come back and figure out the eyeball part. Well, I don't know if it's really an eyeball. It's just going to be like a shiny black thing. Orb. Okay. We got it mostly covered there. Let's hit him with the hot air, +2 hot air gun and burning. I know it's called a blow dryer, okay, for the smart aleck that said something about that. This build is very heavy and hot glue. A lot of it along his seams and stuff before I added the stone. And holding his arms together and stuff. It's all hot glue. So we got to use a medium heat or low heat. We can't be using the high heat on the hot air gun of burning. Or it'll make him soft. Okay, let's get some cardboard. And yes, I do seem to use a lot of the same cardboard and stuff again, guys. You know, the truth is this. It's like, I don't know. There's no point. This is called chocolate bar. It's like a reddish brown. There's no point in ruining a bunch of cardboard. I know it's free, and I have tons of it, but I always feel bad wasting it. So I'm getting a cheap makeup brush here from Dollar Tree. And this is a reddish brown called chocolate bar. I think I just said that. I don't remember. I'm going on a little thick, but I'm not getting everywhere with this. But I am trying to change his color up and give him some serious variation, but I'm not trying to get in every single crack. Okay, now we're going to bring this down and we're going to use another color that has kind of a reddish tint to it. If I can find it, it's called Chestnut. I can't seem to find it. Alright, so no problem. Wow, I really can't find that color. It disappeared. Oh, here it is. This is called Chestnut, and it's kind of the same deal. It's a reddish brown. And I'm not going on as thick, but I'm still getting a good bit of coverage and changing him up some. Okay. All right, we're going to try to lighten that up a little bit with something else, but it's got to have a reddish brown to it, right? So we're going to get some of that. And I think we're going to get some pink, maybe, or some peach. This is called Sunkissed Peach. We're going to get more of that peach in here and lighten that up again. So he's not just a complete normal boring brown, right? Now we have a little something else there. Let's try to lighten that up one more dab. Just along the top ridge and maybe on top of his eyes that I didn't touch really much yet. This is a little wetter than the other dry brushes. I want this to kind of be significant. His shoulders, just the very tops of those claw parts. Okay. Now we need to touch up his base. So let's get that medium gray that I use. Make some variation. And if you have any little spots where you got some brown on the base, just pick that up with this and kind of work it in as part of your roughage. Okay. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's get something lighter. Well, let's hurry up because I gotta pass gas. Okay, let's come back and hit his eyes with black. And then after he's primed, or not primed, clear coated, guys, girls, and everybody else watching, I am going to put gloss on him, on his where his eyes are. Like glossy Mod Podge to make them shiny afterwards. Now, I've done that on a couple miniatures, and even though you might not notice it in the videos, I think that on the tabletop, it definitely provides an aesthetic. And like, I have my wife, Mrs. Doom, and my two youngest sons, Doom 3 and 4, check all my minis that I make just to critique them, kind of tell me what I could have done different, or tell me if they like them or not. And one thing that that they notice, and even my older sons when they come to visit notice, is that the darker eyes that have the gloss look kind of cool, because they're holding it in their hand and looking at it, you know what I mean? And most of the time the people on your table aren't going to be, but so we're just going to start from where the glue kind of stops pulling onto the bead. Just do that front part. Okay. You could do a really fine wash along his mouth, I think, if you wanted. Yeah, I kind of like that. All right. All right, so I'm going to clear coat him. I'm going to put gloss Mod Podge on the black eye stock pieces, like the eye parts. And that's what I came up with for my Delver. Let's look at the reference art from the book. The reference art from the book did not have eye stalks. It did have a kind of a slug mouth almost, I think, maybe. But it had that, whatever the hell that is. Like, it looks like a flip-up thing to me, like a breathing hole of some sort. So this is the one they have. And basically, this is a giant corrosive monster slug that digs under the earth and eats stones, and it finds like seasonings to it would be like rare minerals like salts and gems and stuff, and then metals give it a euphoric drug-like effect and gets it high so they can become addicted to eating metals. So if you were to bring this thing metals to make a trade with or whatever, yeah, I think that's how you would probably this guy could be convinced to help you for the right price though, so keep that in mind. And I really appreciate everyone taking the time to watch. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell notification icon. Go to the website, buy some miniatures, go to the Discord, show me what you've been crafting, and share your paint jobs with me. And this has been fun. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to go around the outside with black off camera here. Now, I'll just do it right now real quick. I'm going to go alongside the outside with black here, because this is kind of a tall base. This was like a Superman action figure base that I got at a toy store up in Erie. They have like a thing where you can fill a basket of stuff for $10. And these make really good bases. And since I got like a ton of stuff like this to use, All right, there we go. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you want a sneak peek of what the next monster is, it looks like it's going to be the demon. And there are several types of demons in the book here we can pick from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 demons that we can pick from. We're only going to do one for each entry, so we're going to do one demon. Thank you so much for Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone, and we'll see you next time with the demon.